my Tupperware video, but it's actually my mom's.
Your mom's. So welcome to our kitchen. Tonight we are making enchiladas at home, and Dominic loves to help me. So he said, Mom, I want to do a video too. So here we are doing a video too, right?
Yeah.
So we're down to the last of our defrosted chicken. So Dominic is helping. We're going to make some enchiladas at home. I always tell the girls that I'll show them how I do it, and we just haven't gotten to it. So here you go. You're welcome. I'm going to show you some stuff that we use at home that makes it easier for us to do it quick, simple, easy. I don't do any of the enchiladas on the stove. I bake everything, and you can microwave it if you want to. I know for some people that would be like a big no, but it's okay. So I'm going to show you how we cooked chicken, how we're shredding chicken, what we're using it in, shredding our cheese. We're going to do all of that. So we're going to start off with our stack cooker. I put in here 3 very large boneless, skinless chicken breasts, and it is our stack cooker base. Then you have the colander. You can see all the chicken juice coming out the bottom here, and then you have a cover. You can kind of see the steam still coming out of there. We already pre-shredded some for the sake of time, so I have a few pieces left in here. But what I want to show you, this was 3 boneless, skinless chicken breasts, and hopefully if the camera, I can tilt it, there's still a lot of fat juice down inside of there. So you can opt to use it as a chicken broth. It's perfectly healthy. It's not going to hurt you. It's not like the fatty juice that comes off of, like I have a thing here over here of from the bacon that we had yesterday morning to scrape that out. It's almost hard finally, and you want to scrape that kind of stuff out and throw it in the trash and not down your garbage disposal. Same thing when you're using the stack cooker and you have ground turkey or ground beef. You want that fat juice to go into the trash, so let it harden up, throw it away, or save a can and put everything in there as well. So we've taken some of that chicken and we've pre-shredded it, so we're saving one more here so we can show you guys how we do the other one. This is a little bit dirty, but I have, we put the chicken breast in here, and then you just pull it. I always say make sure you have your Fitbit in, because then you get more steps that way. I mean, I'm just saying. So we went to the grocery store today because we needed a couple more things. My kids like fresh apples and things like that. We ran out of that. So realizing today when I did my Fridge Smart stuff in the fridge, it was all kind of missing. So I'm going to throw in here, we have the boneless, skinless chicken breast. I'm going to cut this one a little bit smaller. Anytime you have a whole piece, you want to cut it into quarters. You don't want to put the whole chunk in there like that, because it will actually break your gears. So you want to be careful with that. Your blade on the inside of this is bent in certain directions so that it evenly chops everything. Dominic, can you go put this on the other side over there so it's out of the way?
The other side.
Thank you. He sings too. How many of you guys are cooking in the kitchen with kids? It's like home ec when we were growing up. So you're just going to put your cover on here. You want to make sure that those 2 pieces match up, so you can kind of see right here. You want to make sure that that matches up. And then this top gear, you can either take, I am never good at this. Okay, we'll just leave that on because I have it nice and in there. But you want to make sure you take that all apart when you go to wash it, and then drain it off as well. Has a little rubber gripper on the bottom so it doesn't dance all over your countertop. And then you're going to grab your little string here from your motor. Mine is not matched up, so you got to make sure it's all matched up. And you can feel if it doesn't pull it, you know that it's not matched up.
When we were starting the video, when you said, kids are always here.
The kids are always here.
And then I was about to say that, if she needs anything, and she's like, wait, where is it? I'm like, you mean this?
I don't even know what he's talking about. Look at that chicken. Totally shredded up, right?
And it says,
so I'm just putting it right into the 1 3/4 course of the 1 3/4 quart casserole dish of the stack cooker, because if I needed to stop, or maybe I didn't use all the chicken for all the enchiladas, then I can seal it right up and throw it in the fridge and leave it just like this. And that's one thing I do love about our stack cooker. Yes, mine is purple. It currently comes in a blue color, the indigo, which is beautiful as well, but you can seal it up and throw it in the fridge. Now, we always like to say, yes, we're Tupperware people, and we are happy to sell you another bowl, but sometimes it's just easier to seal this up and throw it in the fridge. But if you wanted to seal it up, maybe you want to freeze it or store it for the next day. We have had a week of tacos. If you've seen any of my posts, it's been tacos galore. And we had tostadas, and we are having enchiladas tonight. So I think we are run through the Mexican restaurant at our house. But you can take our freezer containers, and I could store it right inside of here, throw it into the freezer or the fridge. They sit nice and modular. And with the larger containers, you can put them side by side and stack them tall, and then you can store them that way. My one that's in the sink like this is where the last of the chicken actually came out, and I had a couple of these stacked in the fridge for the week. So for each meal, I could just pull this out. Now, for some families, this is too much chicken, and you may just want the smaller one. So what's nice about buying in bulk is that you can divvy things out and freeze or store how you want to in the size amount that you need to. So the other thing that you can do, we've showed you how to use our Great Master before, and maybe in a video soon you'll see it again. But you can take your cheese. I've already put it into a bowl because I kind of create this little system for myself while I'm making my enchiladas. So you can take your cheese and store it right in here after you freshly grated it. If you're going to put it in the freezer, you can actually put a little bit of cornstarch, give it a good shake after you've sealed it, and put it into the freezer. So if you're the only person in your house, or just one of a few that's eating cheese, then you can take a little bit out at a time and not feel like it's going to come out in a big old clump like bag cheese tends to do. So that is how we store those things. And then with the chopper in my house, I actually store it in a square 4, because it sits in there exactly perfect. Now I have the extra pieces in here now of the things that we don't use. Are stored right inside of here so that it can be sealed up. Now I will tell you, my kids have a tendency to not fully dry everything when they put it away, because we hand wash everything. We don't even use our dishwasher. Then they dry it and put it away. They each have their day of the week. And that's not going to change, especially now. And so they'll put it in here, and often they put it wet. So I tell my kids, seal all 3 corners and leave this 4th tab open, because if they seal it all the way and they don't put it away in here completely dried out, then they will have mold build up inside of here. So be careful with that they properly dry. And if you're using our microfiber towels, you usually don't have a problem, unless your kids are lazy, like mine can be sometimes. Okay, so then we have, let's see, we have tortillas. I use corn tortillas when I'm doing this, and then I have Ultra Pro. So how many of you guys have the Ultra Pro? Or maybe you have the old glass dishes. I won't say any names. I know some of them. I grew up with them. How many of you guys have those old glass dishes that have that get really hot to put the casserole into the oven, and you're going to burn yourself? You definitely would never stick it in the microwave because it's going to be too hot. It'll shatter. So what's really cool about Ultra Pro is this is a safe plastic for not only the microwave, but for the oven as well. So if my family didn't want us to have enchiladas in the microwave, which I don't have a problem with, then yes, I could pop this right into the oven. So your microwave cooks just like the oven does. If you would cover it in the oven, then you're going to cover it in the microwave. If you're going to uncover it in the oven like a cake, then you're going to leave it uncovered in the microwave. So with our lasagna dish here, that's actually the size of this one. It does have a cover. We call it a cover. And we say lids are for toilets, and we have covers and seals. But for any time that I'm doing something like a casserole or a casserole-like dish, cheesy top, then I'm going to cover it so it doesn't splatter all over the place, whether it's in the oven or the microwave. And then when my husband is working and I'm making a bunch of enchiladas, I take our vent and serve container, And I have lots of different colors and sizes, and I never match them up. As OCD as I am, it doesn't really matter to me. I have our Vet and Serve shallow, large containers, and I line up the enchiladas right inside of here. Then I can take the seal, yes, it's the wrong color, and I seal that up, and I can put this layers in the fridge or the freezer for him. It has the little vent tab so that it doesn't have doesn't go all over the microwave and make a mess anywhere, and when he takes it from the fridge or the freezer everywhere. Don't you love your kids cooking with you and being extra fun? He thinks he's very funny right now. But I love it in the oven. Yes, thank you, Vic. Hi, everybody. Say hello. Tell us where you're watching from.
Wow, everyone is watching.
I know, there's some people on there, huh?
11 people, now 12 people watching.
I think that one's a little bit different, though.
No,
yep.
no, there's 13.
There's 13.
So
this is what I would make extra for, and he just takes that to work. Another thing that I want to show you, you can take your pick of enchilada sauce. I know that some of you make your own homemade enchilada sauce. I do not. So we are going to have our towel, and I've already cleaned all mine off, but just for the purposes of showing you guys, this is really important. I worked in a grocery store for many years, and critters crawl all over things in warehouses and trucks. So when these cans and everything else are loaded in the trucks or they're in the warehouses and there's a critter along, then they can crawl on top of this. And whatever they've left behind, when you use one of those good old-fashioned can openers and it falls down inside, all that junk is now down inside of it, so you don't want to do that. You're going to take your Tupperware can opener, you're going to open the can here, and you open it this way and you mount the can on top versus the side, and you're going to squeeze that closed. It will hold up that whole large can, and then you're going to go around. All of our utensils are ergonomically correct. I usually get going too fast and I get the juice everywhere, so let me move this over so I don't make a mess. And then you'll feel it release. Sometimes you actually hear it. Then you're going to open the handles. You're going to put that back with the beak on there, close it up, and open it, just like that. Then you have no sharp edges, so the dogs can't hurt themselves. Looks like blood, huh?
Yeah. Show them camera.
Oh, look it, now you got it on you.
No, I don't.
He said, it looks like blood. It's just enchilada sauce. It's not going to hurt anything.
And I want to touch it.
Okay. So we're going to set, okay, go set this one over there.
Yay!
So it's out of the way.
Where?
You can put this in the top drawer. So this is not only ergonomically safe, ergonomically correct, it's safe and it's sanitary. So safe and sanitary are two important things with our can opener. And if you use it correctly, you will love this. I know some people that struggle with using it have a little more problem. Oh, and then we're going to open one more can here. I'm going to put that on the plate, because my family likes to have pinto beans. I know some people that make those homemade. Not me. You know, when you go to a Mexican restaurant, you can get a burrito for like $14 with rice and beans and all that. I can make burritos for my entire family for $14. So I figure if I can do all this just as simple and pretty authentic, then it's just fine. And then we put queso fresco on top of this. And there it goes. Now, one thing I do a little bit different with the beans, I'm going to drain this off. So, because I already cleaned this one off, I didn't need to do that. But you can take this and drain it off. So, I'm going to do that here in the sink. My sink is right here. And I just drain it off just a little bit, but you still need a little bit of juice. And we are going to put that in the cookware. So, some of you are going to tell me I will never, ever, ever cook in the microwave, and that's okay. We have amazing cookware for you. On the bottom here, it shows you it's good on any cooktop. And I want you to see how clean this pan is. It doesn't get used quite as often as my fry pan, but it does get used, and it's very clean. So it shows you here on the bottom it's good on any cooktop, including the oven. And your handles are stay cool handles until you put it in the oven. What's also nice about the cover of this is if you have big old hands like myself, you can see that your knuckles are not hitting that. So your husband's hands, your big hands, they're not hitting the top of that when this is nice and hot. As long as you put this over the right size burner and you don't go put your thumb past this little road bump here, this whole section here will not get hot. This will, but this will not. These are much lighter than a whole stainless steel pan, and they have a nice, it's all one piece. There's no coating on the inside, so you don't have to worry about bad things getting into your food. So we're just gonna dump that right in there. I'm gonna put it on the stove, and then we mash that up, and that becomes our beans. Super simple, easy, but my kids love to have beans. And this can go in the recycle or in your trash can, however you work. Don't touch that, it's dirty.
I was gonna throw it away.
No, not yet.
Oh.
You can throw it right into the recycle or into the trash can, and it's perfectly fine. So the other thing that I did is I seasoned all my chicken with our Southwest Chipotle. So when we're back in the studio, check with your consultant. We're gonna have spice classes running again, and you can make your own Southwest Chipotle, and we send you home with 4 large shakers and 4 different seasonings. And this is one I always keep on hand. You can see we just made this. Gosh, Louise, you're watching. I don't even know how long ago we made this, maybe a couple weeks ago, and look how empty it is. And I had like 3 of these. So it's getting empty. All right, can you carefully take this over to the stove? We're not turning it on. Daddy can turn it on in a minute.
Oh my gosh. Put it on the stove?
Put it on the stove. It's not on. You're okay.
I almost died.
You didn't almost die. All right, so what are you guys making at home tonight? What'd you guys have for lunch? What are you doing in quarantine? I'm curious how many of you guys right now are taking this super serious, or you're like, it's not that big of a deal. All right, so that goes in the top drawer because it's nice and clean. So I just have a few little things. I'll kind of come in here so you guys can see. I create myself a little setup. I have our open house plates. It's just my platform I use. I have our Ultra Pro. I have my chicken, my tortillas, some cheese, and then I have my cutting board over here with extra things because I don't cheese. Like things. You do love cheese. I'll sit here and eat it. At least it's just our house right now, right? All right, so let's go here.
I'll eat it all.
And we're gonna show them how we make this.
Oh, yay!
Okay, so we need some tortillas. Now you don't wanna heat in this. I heated them up, but if you're gonna use them right away, just pull it out earlier in the day, and that way they're soft. You don't want them cold, it's too hard to roll. But you don't wanna heat them up in this. This is bad plastics, and then your microwave glass top will say tortilla. So don't do that, tortilla. You can, I will say, use whatever tortilla that you want. Use whatever kind of sauce that you want. If you want to throw chopped onions in here, jalapenos, peppers, olives, you can do that however you want to. Did you want to tell them something about your water bottle today?
Oh, no, I don't know.
No? What's today?
Yeah, I forgot. Water bottles!
Yeah, water bottles. It's World Water Day. How many of you are drinking your water?
Hers is blue and mine is, hers is black and mine is blue.
Right?
Ours is
Oh,
different.
look. There's more comments I'm missing.
Oh my gosh.
Patterson, California.
Wow. Someone gave us a thumbs up.
You see the thumbs
yeah,
up?
Like boom, 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 boom.
You like that? That was from
I
Vic.
love it.
Vic saying, hi, Dominic.
Oh,
Like
I love
2
all of
weeks
these.
ago.
I just love it.
Glad we made so much. Right, Louise? So much. Okay, what else did Crystal say? We just made salami and cheese sandwich for lunch and cereal for breakfast, fish and rice and veggies for dinner. Ooh, Crystal, you're going to have to post a picture. Show us what you're using with your Tupperware.
Ooh, someone just
Tortillas are my favorite, right? You know why, Crystal? Because we get them cheaper at Costco. We did get a few things at Costco this week. And those of you that live in Northern Nevada, I was at the South Reno Winco today. Super calm. Everything was fine. Louise says, hi, buddy.
Hi.
Tell her Madison should do a video.
Yeah, with us, and she can come here and you.
But remember, we have to have social distancing, so she can't come here.
After the corona.
After the corona.
Coronavirus.
All right, so we take our tortillas here, and you just want them either warmed up or room temperature as long as they're soft to work with. And then I just take some of my shredded chicken, And I take some of my shredded cheese.
Wait.
And then, I know, Dad's commenting on my video over here. He's laughing. So, how many of you guys have seen my story? We are having PE in our own house. And, you know, my husband works in a prison, so he has to stay working out so that he is good to go. Because in his prison, they can't have weapons. We just roll that up, put it over here in our Ultra Pro, and I'll show you that.
I'm hungry.
We're going to have some conversation. You're hungry? Yeah, I'm making dinner. Hello. And thank you, Crystal. He thinks so, too. And so she said, you're so cute. Oh, say thank you.
Thank you.
And so last night, he lifted all the kids on his shoulders, and my oldest is 163 pounds, and he lifted him, and he thought that was really scary. So then today, he challenged himself to lift me, so now he's laughing out loud.
He's actually not.
So we challenge all of you to see which of your children can you lift. Post it and tag us, okay? It's PE at home because everybody needs to be still getting their exercise, right?
Yeah.
Do not be going to the playgrounds and playing on the slides and the swings. It stays on metal. I think they said for like 9 days or something.
Me too. I think they said like 10 or 9. Or 100.
Or 100.
Or 1 million or something.
1 million, right? So we have to continue and follow the rules with this social distancing, or we're never going to get back to work and our economy is going to be even worse off. So, all right, what else? What are you guys making? Louise, what are you making today? Vic, grilled cheese with tomato dinner with sweet and sour chicken. That sounds good. Grilled cheese. So I have to ask you guys, how many of you guys make grilled cheese with pickles? Who makes grilled cheese with pickles?
That's so good.
I know some people think we're crazy though.
Is this hot sauce?
But that's how Grandma Janie always made it. So that's all I know. No, it's not hot sauce. It's enchilada sauce. And you eat hot sauce, so it doesn't matter.
It looks like hot sauce.
It looks like hot sauce. You can tell Dad he can turn on the beans.
The beans.
But maybe you can remind him that we're doing a video. Unless he wants to be in it. Not going to happen. Glad to see my kids aren't the only ones wanting to be in all my videos. Oh my gosh, Crystal. I tell you what, any video that I do, he wants like every part of it.
Yes.
So I'm going to kind of segue here. I always put a little bit of chicken and cheese in there. I don't like plain chicken enchiladas. I don't like plain cheese enchiladas. I like some substance in them, but I like melted cheese. I mean, I don't know about you guys, but cheese is like all of it. You can just, dude. You're going to ruin my routine here.
It smells so good in the kitchen.
It smells like so good in the kitchen. Fantastic.
I'll be right
back.
back.
Say delicioso.
What's
it's leftover chicken burgers and rice. Ooh, that's the one from the meal prep, right? Hi, Hillary. We have Crystal, not me. I don't eat pickles. My kids love them. Crystal, I don't eat pickles either, almost ever. However, I do put them in my grilled cheese, and they're really good if you take a pickle with a piece of ham or prosciutto and put cream cheese in there. I know, I totally said that wrong, huh? Put some cream cheese in there and wrap it up, and then you slice them, and then it's like a little appetizer. Your kids will think you're the bomb, and you'll get them to try other things. Haven't tried it yet. So cute. Oh yeah, Vic, you gotta try it. So my oldest son's best friend's mom, Mandy, maybe you're watching, brought us some bread. She had an abundance of bread. We were actually out. And you know what's been awesome is we've had a lot of people offer to bring stuff over because they just had extra, including the gal with the veggies, if you saw my previous video. And we would have been happy to go get it, but she had extra and was willing to change it, so or to donate it, and so we gave her some water bottles.
We don't go to school until April 7th.
April 16th.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, so I'm your principal.
Well, You're not our principal.
I'm going to be your principal for the next several weeks.
Well,
they're going to love that.
But,
Louise, remind me how we made the chicken patties, because that was a fun meal prep. So if anybody that is watching us, even on the replay, did meal prep with us on the 12th of March, that was quite the meal prep class. So Saturday the 11th, Louise and Dottie and I got up early in the morning, 4:30-ish to be exact. We were at Winco. Okay, we got up earlier than that, but we were at Winco at 4:45, and they opened at 5.
And the line was packed of people.
Packed, but you weren't there. You saw the pictures, remember?
I was
Do you remember how long the line was?
Yes.
You were tired. You didn't even know I left.
Sorry.
This kid's full of sounds. I'll have to try it. Just eat them inside the foods. Yes, try it inside the food. And Crystal, we have a pickle dip that's actually really good too, and I don't eat pickles for that either. Dude, can you not?
I'm just trying to help.
Yeah, except when you drop the spoon in there, it makes a mess for me.
And it goes everywhere.
Ground fresh chicken breast, spices, and buffalo sauce. Oh, and then Louise, my niece sent me a thing today for us to try with buffalo sauce. It's buffalo chicken bites, I think it was called. She shared the video with me. Looks really good. And you use it with fresh chicken breast. Ground fresh chicken breast, yes. All right, what else are you guys having today? How are we doing being cooped up inside? How many of you guys are still having to go to work? How many of you guys still have to leave the house and go to work? And how many of you guys have the privilege of working at home?
Are you guys having tacos with cheese, mac and cheese?
Mac and cheese. We had mac and cheese, huh? Daniel made us homemade mac and cheese.
Or fresh food.
Some days we had so much chicken that we had done that we would just come home and like throw it on a plate with something. We had so much chicken, huh? Chicken sandwiches. Why do you have such a fetish with picking up the spoon?
I just love spoons. I love just picking them up and then throwing it on the floor and making a mess.
Okay.
That's fun.
Okay. So I'm almost done here. I'm going to roll one more.
Yay! Can I have some cheese? No.
No, I'm not done making the food yet. And I'm betting your dad wants me to make some for his lunches because he goes back to work this week.
But why does he go back to work when it's a coronavirus?
His daddy doesn't have a choice. When you work in the prison, you have to go back to work.
Oh, yeah.
Right?
Even the doctors?
The doctors definitely have to go
Even
to
the
work.
firefighters?
And the firefighters.
And the cops?
And the cops. You're going to put martial law into effect here soon if people don't follow the rules. Okay, so we have the lasagna pan full of chicken enchiladas. Okay, people, so here's that. Louise says, working from home, went out for a walk today. Nice. Greg worked in the backyard. I'm okay being home so far. You have a park in your backyard. I'm very jealous.
Yes.
And for those of you watching, our Louise, her husband works in the grocery store, so hats off to him for helping keep the produce department full.
And
right?
What team are you guys on?
What team?
Yeah.
We don't talk about teams here because there's some people who choose the wrong team.
I know.
Okay, so we're going to take enchilada sauce and we just pour this over the top.
That's so weird. It looks like...
Now, when I'm making trays and trays, I don't pour yet. I would wait. So I'm going to take my spoon with a little bit of sauce and I just make sure that it's all covered. So what's really important about doing this, especially if you're going to cook it in the microwave.
Mom, someone just said he's just helping.
He's just helping. Yes, Vic, he is just helping a lot. I love it. You're lucky all these people love you so much.
Yay! I'm way cuter than other people.
Somebody's conceited. Okay, so you just make sure.
Hi, how are you?
You make sure that you cover it completely. You don't want any of the end of the enchiladas to be not have any enchilada sauce on them. If you cover this and put it into the microwave and they don't have sauce on them, it will get hard and that's not fun. When you put them into the oven, it cooks a little bit different. So I can put this whole thing into the microwave and cook it for probably about 7 minutes and it'll be completely done. But I'm not done because who likes more cheese? Good reading. Oh, he's reading your comments, Louise. Good reading, buddy. You read
That's what I
that already,
said.
huh? Yeah.
And then I said the one up top that he's just happy.
Yeah. Yeah.
I'm doing
it.
great.
Oh, your Thea Gloria is messaging me. Are you watching, Glow? She's probably rolling over right now going, that is not how you make enchiladas, Samantha.
Probably.
That's my sister-in-law. She's one heck of a cook. And she makes food better than most people that I know.
Mom, I see an enchilada on the floor.
You see an enchilada on the floor?
Mm-hmm.
Really? Is it imaginary? Because
No.
I didn't throw anything over there.
But yeah.
All right, so we're just putting a couple little handfuls of cheese on here. Again, make sure you don't want to get too much on there unless you like it especially cheesy to where you can't even see the tortillas. We don't put a ton of cheese because my husband doesn't like a ton of cheese on here.
It smells so good.
So good.
And it smells and I just want to eat it.
Look at that.
I just want to eat them all.
Eat
It
them
looks
all.
like...
Does that look so good?
It looks like a bunch of cheese. Just you put a bunch of cheese.
A bunch of cheese. So for the sake of you guys watching, Dominic's going to say hi to you for a minute. I'm going to pop this in so that you can see how quickly it melts. You talk to our friends. Tell me about your water bottle. Read their questions.
So, the water bottle, if you have this one, this is just plastic, and then if you don't want to, have this kind, then you can just have this. Then if you just open it this way, then you have it. Really good. Then you can put fresh water, and if you want to put it back, you can go like this, or you go like how I opened it. So, my mom has her own name on her water bottle, but I want my name on my water bottle.
Maybe Dottie can do that for you.
Yes. And it says Samantha in cursive. And we have this one that's really easy to open. You can just go like this, then drink it. Then if you just want to hold it when you're going on a plane or a trip, and you hold it.
Very good. Nice job. So that's our enchiladas over here. It's pretty quick, simple, easy. I would do the same thing if I just kept going. Actually, you should ask Dad if I should make him one for work. Because when I'm being an extra good wife, I make extra for work. Or you can take our round ones, or even take, hold on, you can take the round ones and stack it and make like enchilada casserole if you feel like not going through the process of rolling them, and make it simple. What did they say?
So that someone
Crystal said, did you do anything fun?
And then...
And she says, so what did you do today, Dominic? She's asking you what you did today.
And then someone...
And Lisa said you should do training for corporate.
No, I already have swimming lessons.
Oh, he already has swimming lessons. So they want to know, what did you do today? Tell them.
I just laid all day.
You laid all day? And you read?
And I read, and then I was just... I'll be right back.
He'll be right back. All right, so tell me, you guys, what are you eating at home? I have to cover up when I lean over.
Back.
Oh, he's back. Excuse me.
And I've been laying on my bed. Well, not my bed. My brother's bed, Diego.
Why?
Because you have your clothes. You have your clothes. And I've been just watching.
Why are my clothes all on your bed? Don't you remember?
No. And then when I'm just ready to play, I just have robots.
So he has his brother's old phone that is not connected, for those of you that are watching.
And I have no internet.
No internet.
And I want internet.
Yeah, but you're too young for that. So why are my clothes on your bed? Those of you that are just joining us, hold on, time out. First of all, if you're just joining us or you're watching later, put hashtag replay. If you're just joining us, hi Natasha. We are waiting for the enchiladas to finish. We're going to show you that we just made. You can go back and watch it.
Hungry.
You're very hungry?
I'm going to go.
Okay, so tell them what happened. Why are my clothes on your bed?
So, when we were sleeping, I did not even hear this, but this construction next door. Construction next door. She woke up and she heard this, like a clapping sound, really loud. And then she went in her closet, and then everything was down. Like where you put your clothes was
the shelf.
Yeah, the shelf fell down.
And all the racks.
And all the racks and all her clothes and all her shoeboxes.
All the shoeboxes, all on the floor. Because the construction guys next door dropped something very heavy on the ground and it came crashing down like a small earthquake, which then made my whole closet shelves fall down. And all of my clothes and all my shoes were on the floor. And now they're nicely laid on the bed. We started spring cleaning early, so they're laying on his bed and he gets to sleep in Diego's bed.
Yay!
That's how that works.
There's 7 people watching, and I'm 7.
Katrina, you made enchiladas also. Do you make them the same way? Did you see how we did this? Hi, Natasha. How fun my 8-year-old does too. She said my 8-year-old does too. Does videos or what, Crystal? We'll see what they say. This is almost done. We have 2 minutes.
Wait.
2 minutes of chatter.
I thought that was a new one.
How many of you guys saw my story? Yeah, my husband put me on his shoulders.
He was
exercising.
Got a text every day.
A text every day.
Well, not every day, just sometimes.
Just sometimes.
From a game. It's annoying.
I did not see. Katrina, so we rolled them with red sauce and cheese. So those of you guys that are just joining us, let's show them what we have.
Woo-hoo.
We made, woo!
It said we.
It said we.
Hi.
Hi. It totally
Mom,
came off its lock.
Someone just said something.
I know.
I did not see.
Right? Okay, let's try this again. So we made chicken in the stack cooker.
And then cheese.
And then we have cheese that we shredded.
And then we have water bottles.
And then we have water bottles. We have enchilada sauce and beans.
But there's no beans.
And there's, no, because we put them on the stove.
Yeah.
You know what, let's go over here to the stove.
Yeah.
She plays Roadblocks, Crystal said.
Oh, I
She had a cell phone with no internet or phone connection. And she has a cell phone with no internet or phone connection.
Here, I'm going to tell her to send me so I can play with her.
Oh,
tell her
if you have no internet, how can she play? Take a pause, guy. All right, so here's our cookware. Like I said, some of these pieces never leave my stove. They're clean, but they don't leave. And then here is our beans cooking. So we just poured the can of beans down in here and mashed it up. And we put it on the side. My family doesn't eat much rice. Even though we have an abundance of rice, they don't eat much rice. So come over here again, Dominic.
So if you want to play with me, mine is 111912. And it says this.
Okay. We don't need everybody to see that. They'll message me. How about that?
Yeah.
Okay, because there's creepy people out in the world that might watch this. Okay. Hi. Oh, Jamie's on. Say hi, Jamie.
Hi, Jamie.
I bet you Leandra can see you too. Say hi to Leandra.
Hi, Leandra. I can't even say her name.
You can get it. Jamie is in Salt Lake with her mama, and they've had earthquakes galore in the last couple of days. All right, so we have our enchiladas ready. Should we show them?
Enchilada.
Can you put this out of my way?
Yeah. 3, 2, 1.
Hold on, I've got to get this back here.
Why did you hear me?
I
I
can
said
get the
3,
whole steam
2,
effect.
1,
Okay, so I want you guys
run.
to see this came out of the microwave. It's warm,
Wait,
but it's not. Don't touch it.
I'm good at cooking.
He's learning. Okay, so we have our Ultra Pro. Really warm. It's warm, isn't it? Yeah,
No.
Did it get you?
No.
Okay.
It said...
Not yet. That's the pressure cooker. Okay, so watch the steam.
Whoa! Beep, 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 beep.
Okay. Enchiladas. All done. How awesome is that? Smells good. I know my family's hungry. So, Crystal says, I'll have your mom message me and we can play with us too. Perfect. Hi, Carol Lee. Thank you, Carol Lee, for all the donations I saw you making for people. All right, you guys, so that's our meal. And thanks for joining us. When we make more food, coming up soon.
And the alarm went off.
And the alarm went off. Coming up, can you say hi and bye?
Hi, bye. I hope you guys have a wonderful day.
And say Happy World Water Day.
And Happy World Water Day. Bye.
Thanks for joining us again. We will see you guys. We have a smaller Ultra cooker. All it does is take a quick enchiladas in the microwave. Perfect, Natasha. And they're great for the oven, so you can do it either way. Have a blessed night. Happy Sunday. See you guys next time. Bye.
Yay!